Tonight, a second sexual assault reported at Hunter's Mountain and an armed robbery on campus.
Plus, students band together to fight cancer. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for April 2nd, 2012. I'm Christina Cook.
And I'm Courtney Steele. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University officials are reminding students to stay vigilant and cautious after a second sexual assault at Hunter's Mountain Mobile Home Park and an armed robbery that occurred on campus. Troy police now say two separate sexual assaults occurred at the off-campus mobile home park last Monday. And in an unrelated case, a Troy student was robbed at gunpoint on campus early Sunday morning. As a result, university officials are reminding students about being cautious and aware of their surroundings at this time.
All of our efforts right now are on these three cases, and I think the campus itself is a safe place to be. But again, you know, it's just like we tell students at the beginning of the year, don't put yourself in a situation where you could become a victim, you know. We want you to walk together in groups. We want you to be safe, lock your doors when you leave, that kind of thing. So I still think the Troy University is a safe campus, and I think it will continue to be that way.
Troy police are still investigating the two sexual assaults at Hunter's Mountain. Anyone with any information on either of the two incidents are encouraged to call the Troy police at 566-0500 or the Secret Witness Hotline at 566-5555. There's a $10,000 reward being offered to anyone who has information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible.
With the school year coming to an end, many high school seniors are faced with the decision of choosing what college to attend. And for many, Troy University just may become their future college home. On Saturday, many high school students around the Southeast took a trip to visit Troy University for the annual Trojan Day.
We have one each spring and each fall, and this spring we're doing, a lot of students are here. They're excited about being here. We're going to give tours today. They're also going to get to go to our Trojan spring game football, and they also have the chance to go to softball and baseball tonight, so get a little bit of live campus and involvement.
With over 83 student organizations and departments present, many students were able to get a more personal feel of what Troy has to offer.
All the organizations and stuff that I can attend while I'm on campus and help me get through college faster. I like all the business because I want to major in business. So I kind of like to excel in business.
With the many emotions that go along with going off to college, many parents just want to make sure their child is in a safe and loving environment.
Since our first visit, we have, she just fell in love with it. It's small, yet it's a four-year university and a Division I school. She'd just been admitted to the university, and we were interested in getting more information about the organizations that you have. I want her to be comfortable because she's moving away from home, and she needs to feel a source of togetherness and family.
Impact sessions will be held throughout the summer for students who choose to attend Troy University. Well, Courtney, hundreds of students were packed in Sartain Hall Friday night.
You're right, Christina, but they weren't there for an athletic event, even though they had their athletic shoes on. For college students, Friday nights are typically spent hanging out with friends, watching movies, or just recuperating from a long week. But this past Friday night, some Troy University students put their wants aside and united to walk for a cure with the Relay for Life.
The purpose of having this Relay for Life event is to raise money for the American Cancer Society for research and the other programs that the American Cancer Society funds. But our whole entire goal is to get rid of cancer, to end cancer, so no one will ever have to say you have cancer to anyone ever again.
Despite not being able to have the event outdoors this year due to the rain, the fight against cancer continued indoors. Participant spirit shone just as brightly while walking for a cure. Students were able to participate in games and activities such as a hula hoop contest and the crowd favorite, Chubby Bunny.
The games are just to help us make it through the night, just to have fun and just to have team spirit and just to keep us motivated for the cure.
Cancer survivors from the Troy area were present at the Relay for Life event to share their stories and to show their peers that cancer doesn't care about age.
When I was 15 years old, sophomore in high school, I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma around Thanksgiving. Oftentimes you relate cancer to maybe older people, and it's so distant from you and maybe your family. So to be directly affected, it's a huge shock, but you just got to go with the flow and keep fighting.
Some students use the event to show their support for the cause and to demonstrate the personal value Relay for Life has had on their own lives.
I love Relay for Life. I've been active since I was a freshman in high school, and I've had so many family members who died of cancer, and that's why I joined. And since I got cancer, I've just been more involved because I don't want people to go through what I had to go through.
If you would like to give a $5 donation specifically to the Troy Relay for Life, you can text RELAY to 20222.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Montgomery, law officers are searching for a woman they describe as an escapee from a women's facility. Authorities say Brandy Michelle Pardon was reported missing from the Montgomery Women's Facility around 2:45 p.m. on March 31st while on an 8-hour pass.
In Stevenson, a judge is ordering a man to remove his wife's grave from his front yard. The Stevenson City Council had blocked James Davis's request to bury the woman at their home after she died in 2009, but he buried her there anyway. Davis has 30 days to appeal the judge's order.
In Tuscaloosa, a man faces charges of drunken driving and vehicular homicide after police say his pickup truck hit a woman and her children as they walked along the shoulder of a road. Authorities say the crash Saturday killed a 7-year-old girl and injured her mother and 2-year-old sibling who were hospitalized.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, despite dreary skies, there was plenty of sports action on Troy's campus this past weekend, including a little football. Daniel Percival will begin with the details coming up in sports.
Plus, voters in Wisconsin head to the polls tomorrow for their primary. We'll have that update on the GOP race when we come back.
If you can learn one thing in life, especially if you go into business, it's how to communicate and how to work with others. And I do think Troy taught me that.
Troy reaches out to people who they see their commitment to public service.
Troy just attracts students that want to give back to the community, that want to give back all across the world.
We want to educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, the body to act. We want to enable our students to go out into this world and make a difference.
Troy University, in class, online, within reach. Troy.edu.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we go to Christina Cook at the Global News Desk. Christina?
Thanks, Courtney. Mitt Romney's sounding confident on the trail in Wisconsin. One day before voters head to the polls for their primary, Republican leaders are lining up behind the former governor, saying he should be President Obama's GOP challenger this fall. But Romney's rivals aren't ready to call it quits. Danielle Nottingham reports from the White House.
One day before the primary in Wisconsin, Mitt Romney's holding a solid lead in the polls there. He's taking on President Obama's policies and sounding confident about the future.
If I'm president, we're going to drill for oil, drill for natural gas, get our coal, develop nuclear technology, and by the way, we're also going to complete that pipeline from Canada to get the oil here in the United States.
Republican leaders have lined up behind Romney in recent days, and they're calling on his chief rival, Rick Santorum, to drop out of the race. But the former senator insists Romney knows he's still a viable challenger.
If it's over and it's, there's no chance, then why is he bothering even campaigning anymore if it's over?
The Obama campaign appears to believe Romney will be the GOP nominee as well. Over the weekend, the president's team launched attacks against the Republican frontrunner's foreign policy and economic views. Appearing on Face the Nation, Vice President Joe Biden called Romney out of touch.
This is about the middle class, and none of what he's offering does anything. It's just return to the old policies.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton took aim at Romney's claim that Russia is one of America's biggest foes. She called that statement dated. The former governor is brushing the criticism aside and looking for wins in Maryland, D.C., and Wisconsin on Tuesday. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, the White House.
Winners are already coming forward for the pieces of the world's largest jackpot. Durante Geraldino has the latest on the Mega Million payout.
Out of nearly 1.5 billion Mega Millions tickets, 3 had the lucky combination. Tonight's winning numbers are 46, 23, 38, 42, and the gold Mega Ball is 23. The winner will split the record-setting $640 million jackpot. The tickets purchased in Illinois, Kansas, and at this 7-Eleven in Baltimore County, Maryland, are each worth $213 million before taxes. Despite Mega Millions fever, the Maryland winner did something amazing.
It was a quick pick, and there was only one ticket purchased by the player at that time.
Here you go. Thank you. Good luck. Lazaro Ramos is a second prize winner. The 28-year-old California man is a Guatemalan immigrant and says he and his brothers plan to use the money to open a restaurant in their home country. There are 161 second prize winners. Each of them takes home $250,000. California leads the pack with 29. New York has 17. Illinois has a dozen.
One of those 12 people actually played Mega Player, which was an extra $1. And because they played for an extra $1, they won $1 million.
With so many tickets sold, there are some 100 million mega losers, like Ella Johnson, who was already practicing her victory dance.
Number 8, number 18, 23, 87.
We still don't know the identity of the trio who will claim the world's largest jackpot, and we may never know. In Maryland and Kansas, the Mega Millions winners can anonymously claim their prize. But in Illinois, the lucky player has to agree to make a public appearance to collect all those millions. In New York, Duarte Geraldino, CBS News.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, including a cancer patient who couldn't wait to walk down the aisle, but rather have the aisle brought to him. You can tune into TrojanVision Global News right here after the nightly news. Now, back to you, Courtney.
Thanks, Christine. And now Danielle Purcell joins us to look at sports. So, Danielle, the Troy campus was bustling busy this past weekend with 3 teams in action here at home.
Well, that's right, Courtney. It was a very busy weekend in Trojan athletics here at home, and even a little bit of rain Friday night couldn't keep the baseball team from being in action. We'll get into that right now.
Okay.
After having difficulty with one Arkansas school last week, the Trojan baseball team was hoping for some natural state redemption. But as Taylor Burke shows us, they had no such luck.
The Trojan baseball team returned home this weekend for its first Sun Belt Series of the year at Riddle Pace Field. T-Ray Friday is normally about the pitching from the Trojans, but this time around it was about the bats. Trailing by 6 runs in the 7th inning, with the rain coming down, Troy rallied to score 2 runs in the 7th and 5 runs in the 8th inning to claim Game 1 of the series, 7-6.
And we came back, got that game tied, and then took the lead, so kind of stole one on Friday night, and got great pitching out of the bullpen, and got some big at-bats throughout the game to finally take the lead.
In Game 2, the lead changed hands 5 times in the first 6 innings of the ball game. But once the Red Wolves got into the Trojans' tired bullpen, they knocked in 9 runs in the final 2 innings of play to take Game 2 16-8.
We just didn't really pitch well the entire game. Had a couple of stops there, but not enough. And then late in the game kind of got away from us, but we did get 14 hits and scored 8 runs. What you would, kind of think or expect might be enough to win a conference game. Wasn't enough on Saturday. They really swing the bats well, scored a lot of runs.
Championship Sunday began with Arkansas State taking a 4-run lead. However, the 6th inning saw the Trojans tie up the game thanks to home runs by Danny Collins and Joel Bennett. The excitement was short-lived when the Red Wolves scored a run in the top of the 7th to hang on and take the series from Troy 5-4.
We made a rally there, got the game tied. Felt pretty good at that time, really, because we were down 4, and to get that game tied, you think the momentum would shift and be in our favor. They came back and put a run on the board, and then we couldn't score again. Had a couple opportunities. Probably the part that we need to correct from today was the unearned runs. We gave up 2 or 3 of those, and in a close, hard-fought, series-on-the-line type game, you just got to make those plays.
Taylor Burke, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
Up next, the Trojans travel to Birmingham to take on UAB tomorrow night. First pitch is set for 6:30. And after having lost 4 straight games, the Trojans softball team finally picked up a win Saturday afternoon in the second game of a doubleheader against Florida International. And as Courtney Addison shows us, their success continued on Sunday.
The Troy softball team got off to a slow start Sunday afternoon as they took on the FIU Golden Panthers, allowing bases loaded in the first inning. Fortunately, the Trojans were able to get out of a bind not only once, but twice.
When they got runners on base, especially in the first and third innings, first inning the bases were loaded with no one out. We had good pitching and good defense to get out of it.
The freshman duo worked together to pull out the win for Troy. Jessica Felt got the start on the mound but was relieved by Ashley Rainey in the 5th inning. The 2 pitchers also led the team at the plate. Rainey got things started with a solo home run, and Felt followed with a grand slam.
But fortunately, the couple hits that we got were with runners on, big home runs by our 2 freshmen, Rainey to get the first run on the board, and then JC with 4 big RBIs with a grand slam. So I think over and all, the biggest thing that we did today was when we put runners on today, we did capitalize in a big way. It helps with that one swing of the bat with the home run.
And luck might not always be on the Trojan side, but in Sunday's game, Troy was finally able to beat the odds.
The softball gods were smiling on us for us to finally, we've hit more solo home runs, I think, than any team in America. So to hit one with the bases loaded, that was a big thing. And then, of course, to get out of those couple of jams.
Courtney Addison, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
The softball team will also be making their way to Birmingham to battle the Blazers tomorrow afternoon. That game against UAB is scheduled to begin at 4. And while my favorite time of year is still a couple months away, that being football season, Trojan fans got a little taste of what's to come at the annual T-Day game this past Saturday. Hard hits, whistles, and the roar of the crowd can only mean one thing: football is back. And while the season may still be 5 months away, the Trojans had a chance to put on the pads for their first full scrimmage of the year at the annual T-Day.
Well, there were some big plays on both sides of the ball. There were some bad plays on both sides of the ball, some things happening. But, we got a lot of tape to learn from, and hopefully if we keep pounding the same things and the right things, we'll get better.
The Trojans are nearly halfway through the spring practice schedule now, and defensive back Brendan Trawick says this game helps the team find their strengths and weaknesses.
Spring game is probably pretty much an evaluator on where we are right now as a team. We got better today. We started out slow, but we picked it up at the end.
While the defense may have started slow, that means the offense got on the board early, which is exactly what they were looking to do.
We jumped out on them pretty quick there. I felt like we did some good things offensively. It's always good to get going early. It's something we haven't done in the past. Something that we've harped on this offseason offensively. Coach Enfield, getting starting early is always a good key to having some good confidence.
We just came out to get better and compete. So I felt like, everybody did a great job.
The Trojans have 2 more scrimmages left during spring practice, but they're already looking ahead to the 2012 season.
We're thinking about the first game. We're ready. We're trying to play the first game right now. Can't wait to get back out there. We're ready.
The air is clear here. I'm just telling you, it's a lot better environment. And that don't mean a thing till we go play somebody and beat them. But I think if we can get to a point where we play somebody and beat them, then it's going to take off for us.
The Trojans will play their second scrimmage this Friday in Phoenix City at Garrett Harrison Stadium at 6 o'clock. So it's always good to be able to go out to the football stadium, talk a little football here, and congratulations to the softball team picking up a win on Sunday, and best of luck to both teams as they travel to UAB. Hopefully they can bring back a couple wins tomorrow.
As always, we love those W's.
That's right.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thanks, Danielle. Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, find out about Troy Dance Repertory Ensemble Spring Performance.
Plus, after a rainy weekend, it's been a pleasant start to the week. Can we expect any sunny skies later this week? Derica?
Well, we may be seeing some sunny skies, but we might not be able to enjoy them.
I will have more on that after the break.
Do you like this top? So gay.
Really?
Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And Derek James joins us with a look at weather.
So, Derica, we experienced all type of weather over the weekend. We had a little bit of rain, then some sunny weather, then we had a little bit more rain again. Are these April showers coming in, or what can we expect for the rest of the week?
Well, we might be seeing a lot of those April showers this week, getting ready for May, but I'll get into that later. First, let's look at our campus snapshot. As we look across the campus of Troy University, we see that it is a pretty nice day outside right now. As you can see, it's still time to go out and enjoy that nice sunshine. As we look at current temperatures, we see skies are partly cloudy, temperature coming in at 76 degrees, dew points at 65 degrees, humidity is at 70%, barometer is at 29.94 inches and steady with winds coming from the west at 7 miles per hour. Current temperatures across the southeast, we see that it's a really hot day across the southeast right now, mostly 80s and 70s all across. As we look at current temperatures, we see that in the west they're experiencing some 30-40 degree temperatures right now, but as we look at the southeast, it's pretty nice. Departure from normal, we're seeing a pretty big increase across the southeast of the temperature than what we should be expecting at this time right now for this year. Current surface high pressure system out in the west, but looking closer to our area, we see the stationary front is coming in after that cold front, but we're just experiencing some light winds right now. Next 48 hours, we may be seeing some precipitation coming through the state of Alabama, but it shouldn't be too much. As we go into the next 12 hours, traveling in Alabama is pretty good on I-85 and I-65. And as we look at Tuesday's forecast, we see that Alabama may be experiencing some rain, probably about 20% chance of that rain, with some areas seeing about a half inch to an inch of rain. As we look at Wednesday, we see that those rain showers are still here, with some areas getting some heavy rain coming through. And as we go into Thursday, we see that rain system is slowly moving through our area. And then on Friday, we should just be experiencing some light rain, probably about a 20% chance. As we go into tonight's forecast, it's going to be mostly clear skies with a few passing clouds, light breeze with winds coming from the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour with a low of 62. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow with a slight chance of an afternoon thunderstorm. Winds come from the west at 4 miles per hour with a high of 87. As we look at our 4-day forecast, we see that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all week basically we're going to be seeing a chance of rains with highs in the 80s, lows in the 60s. So as you can see, Christina, we're still going to have those high warm temperatures, but we may begin some rain showers also.
Okay, well, at least we know ahead of time what to prepare for the week. Thanks so much, Derica.
Thanks.